Welcome, beautiful souls, to this hype session. I'm pretty much just going to tell you why you're amazing. This is pile 1 and this is pile 2. Let's jump right into it. Welcome, pile 1. This is your hype session. Basically, why you're awesome. For starters, you are marriage material. You're someone that people would like to settle down with. They see themselves with you for a very long time. They feel that you're different than everyone else, and you're kind of like a diamond in a stack of hay. You're very rare. You also inspire a lot of growth, and I see that you have nurtured yourself. You are this flower that you spend your own time and energy towards, and you allow yourself to grow into yourself. You are so authentic. You are aligned with your soul. We have the 7 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Magician. You have a lot of options, but I feel like your head is kind of in the clouds. You're not focused on other people. You're minding your own business. You have a good duality to yourself where you have been working on yourself. You also allow yourself to dive into your darkness without getting lost in it. You understand that you see the light the brightest in the dark. You have been through a dark night of the soul. I also feel like you're very hydrated as well, but you take pride in taking good care of yourself. You have a strength and determination to you that most people truly admire. The other people, if they don't admire you, they're envious of you because they see this strength and this resilience that you have, that you will not give up. You will pick yourself back up. You may be a very positive person, or you have the glass half full perception. You're a very grounded and balanced individual. You're hardworking. You could be financially abundant. You've definitely been through hell and back. You have transitioned so much in your life. You have transmuted so much pain into wisdom. People might come to you for advice because they truly value your experience and what you have to offer. I feel like you're really humble. You may try to mind your business sometimes, but you still listen to people. You're very aware of your surroundings. Your physical body could be very beautiful, but I feel like you're focused on the material aspect right now, whether that's finances, a creative project, or it's your health. It could just be your focus right now. I feel like you're very confident in yourself as well. You know your worth. You have allowed yourself to feel safe in the world, and in your body, you have created a home within yourself. And that's very, very rare because most people look externally. You may also have learned to validate yourself and not seek external validation. You may fall into the pattern of seeking external validation, but then you'll catch yourself and be like, hey, no. And then you'll just give yourself what you were looking for. You could be very protective, and others may feel protective over you. You could have this innocence to you that is very special. It triggers the nurturing feminine aspect in people where they just want to hold you and cradle you and protect you from all the negative in the world. You're extremely wise. You see the truth. You're very colorful and bright, and I feel like your light and your soul shines so bright. I want to say loudly as well because I feel like your presence is definitely felt, and you make a long-lasting impact on people where they'll be thinking about what you said or what you did, and I feel like you do a lot of good for people, and that's something that's really remembered when it comes to you. Overall, you're incredibly self-aware. You could read a lot of self-help books and do a lot of reflection because you are constantly trying to improve yourself. You could also be a mystical person where you have a lot of jewelry on and you express yourself authentically in the physical, whether that's jewelry, your hair, your makeup, or your style in general with what you wear. I feel like on the outside you're this lion, but internally you're a sheep, where a lot of people, they perceive you incorrectly. There's a decent amount of people where that's the opposite. They're a sheep on the outside, but a wolf on the inside. They come off as innocent, but they might not have the best intentions. You're the opposite. I'm getting resting bitch face. You could come off as mean, but as soon as you smile, people see that you are kind and and loving and approachable. And I think you know that you can control how people perceive you to a certain degree, where if you don't want to be bothered, then you will intentionally come off as this rude person, even though you're not rude. You can be if you want to, but you choose not to be. You have been in the dark, you have been in pain, so you consciously choose not to cause pain to others. You are incredibly intentional and conscious with your words, your actions, and you think things through. You're not doing something if you haven't thought about it. You're not doing something for no reason. You're magical. You accomplish things that seem out of the ordinary and things that are almost unrealistic. You have high dreams and high hopes. You shoot for them and you blow it through the roof. You do not let someone put you in a box because you realize that you're so much more capable than that small ass box that they put you in. You're a dreamer. You could have Pisces strongly in your chart, whether that's the Mercury or it's your moon, but you have a very vivid imagination. You could also get a lot of compliments on your eyes because they are very beautiful, and the eyes are the windows to the soul. That is a very common phrase. Your eyes are a reflection of your soul. You could have a very piercing gaze. People feel seen around you. You listen. I also feel like you're not afraid to be vulnerable. Sometimes it may be scary, but you like being vulnerable with people. You like getting close. That's gonna end pile 1. Let me know how this resonated. Definitely stop by pile 2 if you feel called to it. If not, thank you so much for joining me here today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post. And I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Welcome pile 2. This is a hype session. Basically, why are you awesome? For starters, you have a very safe and grounding energy. You could go out in nature frequently. However, you have so much love to give, and you have learned to nurture yourself and to give back to yourself, to start with yourself. You are no longer on the bottom of the list. You have seen that your needs matter, that you are important, and you are now finally putting your needs first and being accountable for yourself. You definitely are young, so whether that is number-wise or you are young at heart. We have a Daughter of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Daughter of Cups. You also could be a woman, or you could have a lot of femininity to you, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Even if you are a man or you're non-binary, having a lot of femininity means that you are in touch with your intuition, you know how to go with the flow, and most importantly, you know how to nurture yourself and others. It is truly a blessing to be in your feminine energy. This is where a lot of growth, reflection, and knowledge comes through. You get closer to yourself and you get in touch with your soul because you have allowed yourself that time and that space to reconnect with who you are. Similar to pile 1, you may focus a lot on the physical. I'm getting this is a creative pursuit. You could financially be focused on creative things and not a casual 9-to-5 job in an office and kind of like societal norms. You want to express yourself and get the financial abundance from it. You have a good balance to yourself, whether that's masculine and feminine, light and dark, but usually in the Two of Pentacles, there's this imbalance, but it is perfectly balanced. You are like the butterfly in this Two of Pentacles. You have transitioned from the caterpillar into a cocoon, and now you are the butterfly. You have shed old versions of yourself and you have outgrown who you used to be. Honestly, that is so amazing. Even when you're broken down and you're knocked over, you're low on energy, and you just feel depleted, you are still growing and burning. You create the impossible. You bring nothing into something. Most people do not think like you, and that is your superpower. Most people are thinking inside a box. You don't even register that box. That box is is not existent. You are constantly only thinking outside of the box, metaphorically, and there's so much beauty to your soul, but also your physical body. I feel like you have learned to love how physically unique you are, and you could have gotten bullied for it or stood out growing up because you don't look like how everyone else looks, but that was on purpose. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to make a difference, to make a change. You see the world in a completely different way than most other people do. You are awake. I love how the flame came out, because when I said that whenever you're feeling low and depleted, that you're still burning, and that's actually what I saw was a candle lit even when part of it broke off. The flame is your soul. It is your fire, your passion, and your love. When you are connected to your soul, you are in peace. Everything that is stress related just completely dissipates. You understand that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're fulfilling your soul contract that you signed before you incarnated, and you feel the presence of protection around you because you know that you are not alone. We also have the Bardo and the Starborn. Bardo sounds so familiar. I think it was in either Stranger Things or something dystopian. You could be into that type of genre, but there's this full circle of skulls. And what I'm getting with that is you have completed a lot of cycles and transitions from past trauma, karmic lessons, and family bonds that were passed down to you. You have broken the cycle. I feel like who you were 6 years ago is nowhere near who you are now. And that might be obvious, but there are some people who never change. They live the same life over and over and over again, but you are constantly trying to change. And I feel like you are okay with change. You encourage it sometimes. I also see an eye in this. You could have very beautiful eyes. I'm pretty sure Bardo is the in-between two worlds, kind of like the middle, the gray area. You have 1 foot in the spiritual realm and 1 foot in the physical realm. You see the truth. Your third eye chakra is balanced and clear. You could also be a very sensual person. You have this strong aura to you that manifests and attracts a lot of lustful people. It could also be your looks in general, not so much how you dress, but how you physically look. It subconsciously triggers men specifically to be in this lustful energy to you. You could also be a starseed. You've had other lifetimes in different planets, different solar systems, and galaxies. And technically, no one is actually from Earth. We're just incarnated here, but you have traveled. You are definitely an old soul, and this is not your first lifetime here. This egg, at first it looked like it was broken before it was ready and prematurely forcing something, but from the angle of it opening, it looks like you're naturally ready for this rebirth, and there's going to be a lot of shifts in your life, in your career, relationships, and there's going to be a lot of truths that come to the forefront that you just cannot ignore. Once the truth is out there, you cannot pretend that you don't know. It will be uncomfortable because you have been living in a certain illusion, but an uncomfortable truth is much better than a comfortable lie. It also may be important to look into your biology, your genetics, finding out more about yourself biologically. It could reveal some truths and information that you may have always been wondering about and searching for. I feel like now would be a good time to take that next step. That's gonna end pile 2. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely stop by pile 1 if you feel called to it. If not, please let me know how this resonates. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.